Hi everybody, well I've done it due to popular demand. DayZ 1.19 compatible Livonia boosted loot server files for PC, PlayStation and Xbox. So what we've got here is a really easy to install set of files that you can upload to your community server or use on a local server, and they'll give your players a much easier time on Livonia. So let's have a quick look at some of the things they do. Now, if you're familiar with what these files do, if you've used some of my files on Chernus or my Livonia files from back 1.13, I think I did them, then obviously you can just go to my GitHub, descriptions in the link in the description below the video, click on code, download the zip, and then you'll know what to do. But if you're new to these, basically what happens is the core of them is around vehicles. So the idea is that there's more vehicles that spawn in, and when they do spawn in, like this Humvee, they spawn in complete, and they also have some gear in the back, weapons or hunting equipment or fishing equipment or farming equipment, that sort of thing. And all you've got to do is take the fuel can out of the boot and then fuel the vehicle. And then if it's a vehicle that's got a radiator, you need to go and find some water, fill up the radiator, and you're good to go. So there's things like Humvees, the M3S big trucks, they spawn in with loads of building gear in the back for building bases, and there's a couple of special ones as well that I'll talk about in a minute. And this is some of the building stuff in the back of an M3S. This is a Gunter that spawns in. It comes with it's an SVD, I think, in the boot. So some fun stuff. And when items spawn in as well, for example, guns, they spawn in with magazines in them, and when magazines spawn in, they spawn in full of bullets, and if they take a suppressor, they probably have a suppressor on them. So it's all about creating a more user-friendly experience in DayZ Livonia. Really good for newer players and for players who are a little bit more casual or just simply haven't got the time to spend on gathering all the stuff together. So let's go into a little bit more detail and look at the readme that's included on the GitHub. So here we go. So items spawn in pristine. The bonfire events are on. We talked about trucks, talked about Humvees. So the cars come with different things. So some of them come with weapons, some of them come with farming equipment, some of them come with hunting equipment, some of them come with fishing equipment. The CFG gameplay.json file that's included, that will make it so that your players, when we get the hotkey on console, on our controller, to be able to look at the map, you'll be able to look at a map without owning the compass, the tourist map, or the GPS receiver. On PC, you just press M and it pops up. Also included in the CFG gameplay.json is build anywhere as well. So if you don't want build anywhere on your server, don't use the provided CFG gameplay. There's more dynamic loot weapons. There's a few more heli crashes, more duct tape, more sharpening stones, more sterilising agents, more NBC stuff, more gas mask spawn in, more axes, more knives, more police rifles for mass org. We talked about magazines and suppressors. The coloured variants of weapons spawn in, so you get like the camo Mosin, for example. More ammo, a little bit more food, more big bags, more batteries, and there's some surprises as well. So it's all really, really easy to do. So how do you install these files? Well, the first stage is going to the repository, clicking download zip and extracting them on your local file, and then you'll have the mission files. Ignore the readme.txt, you don't need to upload that. And then all you need to do on your server, first thing you want to do is reset the mission XMLs to defaults. Now, if you've recently just installed Livonia, doesn't look like Nitrado's working at the moment. See if we can get into this one. There's been a lot of problems, hasn't there? Okay, so so what you need to do is you make sure you've got the default 1.19 XMLs. So you'll do that by going into your settings, going into the general settings, clicking on reset mission XMLs to default, save that, restart the server, untick it, save it, and then you'll know you'll have the default 1.19 files. Then all you need to do is to take my files, these ones, and just upload them into the mission folder over the top of the existing files. So in the root mission folder, so underneath Enoch, you'll put CFG gameplay, CFG spawnable types, will go in there, and then inside the DB folder you'll put events, globals, messages and types. Once you've done that, restart the server, and then the new items will start to spawn in. Now remember, if you've already got a server that's been running, then the problem you'll have is that there will already be some items that have already spawned in, so it's going to take a while for them to make their way through the central loot economy. But it will happen, and the new stuff will slowly start to come in, and you'll have all this cool stuff. So there we go. I said I wasn't going to do it, but I thought, hey, Livonia is so much fun. We need to have a boosted loot version, don't we? Actually, sorry, there's another thing I need to talk about, and that is the trader truck and the event truck. Now, the trader truck is a one-off truck that will spawn at one of the random M3S locations that is full of weapons. What I will probably do is in a future version of these files, I'll put it in a specific location, but for now it's random. The event truck is full of things like fireworks and witches' hats and vodka and stuff like that. Now that will also spawn, one of them will spawn at a random location. Again, in future versions I will put it in a specific place, but for now they're random, so it's kind of just luck whoever ends up with that particular version, those particular versions of the M3S trucks. Now also I'd like to say that I've done a limited amount of testing with these files, so if you do get a problem, please put it in the description below this video, but maybe just wait until maybe near the end of October 2022, because there's quite a few 119 issues that are happening at the moment. There's going to be some hot fixes I think next week to the game, but there we go. My DayZ 119 Livonia boosted loot servers for PlayStation, Xbox and PC. If you enjoy using them and they work, please let me know. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again soon.